Have you ever wondered what's involved in a stadium flyover? We will be flying over the Wanderers Cricket Stadium where the Proteas are taking on the West Indies for the third T20 match. My name is Murray Shaw. I'm the Chief Training Captain of FlySafair. Today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of what's involved with the planning for a stadium flyover. A stadium flyover is a display flight, usually low level within the safety margins that we've been approved to do. It's an exhilarating, exciting aviation event because obviously it's out of the realms of flying that we typically do, particularly with airliners. It's exciting for the spectators on the ground because they get to see an aeroplane up close, or a lot closer than they typically would, and it's an exhilarating experience for us as pilots. When we are given the request for a stadium flyover, we start off with looking at what's going to be a feasible flight path for it. The next thing is obviously getting the approvals. We'll typically fly it with a light aircraft. We'll plan it often with the assistance of Google Earth, and then looking at it in the simulator. The process of approval is getting approval from the regulatory authority, so from the Civil Aviation Authority, and that requires submission of the intended plan and routing and the associated risk assessment. The flyover is thoroughly planned from a safety aspect. We ensure that we've got adequate obstacle clearance for the entire flight path, structures, antenna, buildings, lights, etc., maintaining adequate safe clearance margin over all of those things, and executing the flight path safely. There's a thorough risk assessment done by the safety team, which accompanies the approval or the application for approval for the flight path. We work closely with air traffic control and authorities, firstly to get the approval and then to make sure everything goes well. Typically over a stadium, it's uncontrolled airspace that we're flying in, so there are associated risks there, but we usually get a NOTAM or notice to airmen that's published that we'll be in the airspace at the time. We need to mitigate those risks. There potentially can be other VFR, visual flight rules traffic, light aircraft traffic that might be in the same airspace at the same time. Flight crew are very specifically selected for flyovers. We have a dedicated team of pilots that we use, and they have display flying experience. It's a highly coordinated environment. We operate the same way we operate anytime we're flying a multi-crew airplane. So we have one pilot flying and one pilot monitoring. We also have a third safety pilot who sits on the jump seat. It's an extra set of eyes, monitoring everything. Timing is critical. We get it right through precision. So precision planning and execution on the day. We need to be flexible and dynamic because that time that we require to be overhead can often change minutes before leading up to it. We get it right through teamwork. We have people from our operational side, usually in the stadium or on the roof of the stadium with handheld radios that we're in communication with. So we're able to know exactly where the proceedings in the stadium are on time, and from there we have to calculate back with the timing and speed of the aircraft to arrive overhead at the right time. The margins for error are very low. We need to pick up something quickly and correct it quickly. Weather plays a significant role in the flyover. It's a visual flight, so we need to be able to comply with visual flight rules and complete the flight in its entirety, basically in visual conditions. If things aren't going to plan, we always have the option to discontinue the flyover and reroute the airplane. From a pilot perspective, the flyover also is over in seconds. It's over very quickly. There's a lot of exhilaration and satisfaction, but we're intensely dialed in and focused at that point. We're maneuvering the airplane and typically adding a lot of thrust at that point in time. We're very focused on flying the airplane. The moment passes quickly, but it's extremely exhilarating and rewarding. It's an extreme privilege and an honor to be selected to do it and have the opportunity to do it. It's not something that very few pilots would get to do in their career.